happy 1st of July. We are halfway through the year, which is crazy to me. It's crazy because it feels like we've done so much as a team and yet we have so far to go. It's easy for me to be like, what? We're already halfway done? But at the same time, we've already accomplished more than most teams already have by already being in a premier team, which is huge. So congrats to us. But I know people have big goals for the rest of the year, and we're going to finish super strong. We're all going to be going hard till we get it. At least I am. So, all right. Morning Meltdown was released today for coaches. I've been inviting hard to that. Basically going back to everybody who has ever talked with me about coaching and being like, it is your sign. This is going to be the best program ever. You can sign up and invite your family and friends to join you in doing this. No, most people that I know cannot say that they've already done 100 workouts this year. I've been pointing out to everybody that they've already had 182 days this year and asking them if they can say that they've done 100 workouts so far. And then I'm like, and guess what? You have 182 days left and I have 100 workouts for you. We're going to do this together. We're going to change the narrative halfway through your year and finish out strong. I can even drop the verbiage. I was supposed to do that earlier of what I was sending people, but basically legit calling them out and then being like, and it's halfway through the year and you still haven't joined me. I have an awesome solution. You're going to join me. So it's been fun. It's been fun conversation. And a lot of people who've been on the fence, I think, are close because they were, thinking about it. And I'm basically like, it's your time. So don't be afraid to be bold. When you're excited about something and a new program, to go back to people and be like, I'm really excited about this program. It's your time. You should do this with me. That's when people want to join you, right? Because you're confident. And that tells them that they can be confident and not wondering if this is going to fail them. Because that's when people get worried, is if they think it's not actually going to work. So new product launches, program launches are huge for that reason. Okay, I thought we would start by sharing goals for this month, because I know we have a lot of them, and then Summit is coming up, and I was going to tell everybody who cannot go to Summit, they stream it in your back office. So you can watch if you're not able to go, and I highly, highly encourage you to do this because they pay a ton of money to big name speakers to come speak to us there, keynote speakers. We get to hear Rachel Hollis this year. There's going to be some other awesome speakers. Like, you want to hear these people. So I would encourage you, when you can, to stream whatever you can from Summit and watch it. It'll help you feel like you're plugging in because you're going to see all of us there and you're going to be like, oh my God, I wish I was there. Trust me, the first year I didn't go and I watched the whole team go without me and I had major FOMO. So try to plug in by watching whatever you can. Also, it's just a really good way to get a glimpse of who Beachbody is as a company. And the more we obviously feel like we know the company or like aligned with them, it's easier for us to invite people to join us, right? So, okay, my goals, I'll go first since we're kicking off July with goals. I have some big ones. I have been saying for like the last 6 months that I am 5-star at Summit. And so I'm still holding out to show up at Summit in 5-star qual, which means got to get my second business center diamond this week. I know Emily's going for diamond this week. And then I also have to make sure I have enough active people on both legs in my first business center. I don't even know if I do because it's been too overwhelming to juggle mine and Peter's and second business center, watch everybody else's. And so, but either way, that's my goal. I want to help Ashley Stout get diamond this month because I know she's going for it too. I would like to recruit 10 coaches this month. I want to help Stephanie Stanley, who's a new coach of mine, get Emerald and hopefully Success Club. And I would like my income to go up. I would like to try to make over $4,000 this month. I'm actually going for $4,500. I've never made that much in a month. And I was like, well, what the heck? Let's try. I'm working on starting to make a website and things like that to kind of take business to the next level. So that's a goal also. So I'm kind of spending some time working on my business, not just in my business. So yeah, those are my goals for this month. Nothing big. Just kidding. And I realized after I said all of that I didn't put a Success Club goal. And I'm like, that's because Success Club will be a side effect. Obviously, I want to hit at least Success Club 20 because if I'm recruiting 10 coaches, that should give me Success Club 20. So those are my goals. Who wants to go next in calling theirs out? Or do I need to call on people? Go, Shay, go.
Okay, so I want to be 5-star by the end of the year.
Woo!
So it's really just going to be building. And so my goal is to bring on 20 new women in July. It's like a new year for me. So July, my goal is to bring on 20 new, awesome, ready to kick butt women. I want to mentor my team to growth and success. I want to make at least 10 new connections a day. In fact, actually, I'm going to triple that and say 30 new connections a day because if I'm going for 5-star, 10 isn't going to cut it. So I'm going to triple that to 30. I'm going to grow Noah's account to Diamond. He already has one coach who's almost Emerald. She'll be Emerald by the end of the week. So really it's just getting one more Emerald and growing his team, which is totally doable for July. I did not put a Success Club amount on to this month because kind of the same thing, Joy. It's like, well, if my goal is 20 women, Success Club is going to happen. So it'll clearly be over 10. So this last month was really crazy with 14 in my account and then 2 in Noah's. So 16 total, which was the most I've ever done. So that'll be like the minimum. So I guess it'll just be, if I'm shooting for 5-star by the end of the year, it's just building and bringing as many people on. But 20 is my goal.
Yep, you're going to have to just constantly recruit, which is what we've been doing anyways. That's why we're having a sneak peek every week.
Yep.
We're doing our sneak peek this week in the Meet the Level Ups Babe, whatever, that page is starting tomorrow.
Meet the Level Up Babes.
Yes, since 4th of July is Thursday, we figured we would do it early and do it like tomorrow and Wednesday. So just so you all know. And if there's ever a time where you want to add people to that page and there's nothing in there and you don't want to wait for a few days for them to check it out, I go to Trina's YouTube channel and she has the call she just recorded from the Rise to Diamond group and it's titled Why You Should Join Beachbody. And it's 40 minutes and she'll sell it for you because anybody that listens to Trina and watches her slides is like done. In fact, the only thing I worry about sending them Trina's videos is that they're going to be like, yeah, I want to sign up with her. Because if I had watched her video, I probably would have signed up with her. But anyways, feel free to send that instead. I send that to people all the time. All right, awesome goals. Who's next? Ashley, go.
Gosh, I haven't even been on this call or been able to be on it, but my schedule just recently changed, so super pumped about that. I am, Joy, trying to get this thing figured out with my mom so that my Success Club points hit for last month. So that is number one priority. But then I am trying to go Diamond by Summit if I can, gonna shoot for it. And then, gosh, I think what I've been doing wrong is I'm doing all these other little tasks during the day, and then I don't get my invites in by the end of the day, or I'm struggling to get them in. So I'm going to make that my first priority of the day. And kind of like Shay, probably at least 30 reach outs every single day, just to make sure that I'm getting enough people getting back to me or that I can follow up with the next day. But yeah, Diamond's my goal. And then obviously I want to hit Success Club all the way through the end of the year. So
for sure. Invites are the bread and butter, and it's so easy to put them off, which is why I have to force myself to do them first.
Yeah.
I'm always like, do them first. It will make or break you for sure. And then you have to try to rush and hit Success Club at the end of the month, which sucks.
Yeah.
Nobody likes to do that on the last day of the month. great goals. And you and Emily are both going for Diamond before Summit. So we're rooting both of you guys on. Who wants to go next? Yeah, go.
Okay. So yeah, I'm going for Diamond by Summit, which I know will happen. I just have to make it happen, right? Success Club 20 is my goal. And then, yeah, I know I can do it. I did 18 this last month, so I know I can get 20. Which was, I think I might have gotten Success Club 18 one other month, but that's the highest number I've ever hit. So I definitely want to break through that.
Do you want to know a little side note? I'm in Danny Detra's collab page because she had me speak to her collab business builders, and she updates her Success Club graphic in there.
Oh, yeah?
I'm pretty sure she got 18 last month too.
Really?
Unless she had updated it again or got like points at the last second that I didn't see. The last I had seen, she was 18 too. So you might have tied.
Dang! That's exciting. That's awesome. Yeah. And then I'm setting, and I did this pretty good this last month, which I think helped in getting so many people, was working 1 hour every single morning. I felt like setting that time limit was easier for me than saying like, I need to get through this many invites, this many, whatever. Like I just gave myself an hour every morning, and then I did stuff at night too, but hour in the morning, and first priority is always invites. And then just recruiting like crazy for morning meltdown. I like can't get the name down still. Morning meltdown 100, and then 100. Yeah, those are my goals.
Is your sister gonna hop on board with that?
I think so. I texted both my sisters this morning about it because they both went inactive this last week as coaches, which is part of the thing. I looked today and I only had 3 on each side that were active. So
I saw 4.
I'm like getting everybody, and all my customers that I have. There might have been 4 because I just signed up Erin on the left. So she, or on the right, whatever side I signed her up on, I think. Yeah. But yeah. That's what I got.
How did coffee go with Corey?
Fine. I feel like I can release her. And she doesn't want to coach or anything like that. She wants to do the program. She wants like nothing to do with talking about the business. So
okay.
I'm like, that's fine. I will not talk to you about the business. And
totally.
Yeah. So
all right, there you go.
Yep.
Cool. Who's next? Let's see. Yes, I'm calling it. Go ahead.
Okay. Did I unmute? Are we good? Okay. All right. So my goal is Success Club 10.
Ooh.
And I want to hit Diamond by the end of July. That's my goal. So I need to get back to invites. I was really, really good about invites in May. June sucked. I'm going to be totally honest. June was terrible. So I need to get back into my routine. And by setting goals, that'll help me do that. So that's my goal. SC10, Diamond by the end of July.
You can totally do it. Totally do it. Those are great goals. Jenna or Cassie or Alicia?
Okay. Or whoever. I think we both unmuted at the same time.
Go ahead.
So I had written some of these down before a couple days ago. So my first was hitting Emerald again, because when I first signed up, I hit Emerald in like a week, and then I dropped rank, and then I can actually scratch that off because my husband's active again, and I just signed my sister, so I will be Emerald. Another goal, I would like to get 2 working coaches. I know that's kind of low, but I'm having trouble finding people that want to actually work the business. So I want to sign between 5 and 10 women, and then have at least 2 of those want to actually work the business. I want to hit Success Club and definitely do better with invites. Like Lindsay said, this past month sucked with invites for me. And also, I am trying to build up my social media following, Instagram as the main focus.
Yep, for sure. I love those. Those are not low goals at all. Those are great for you. Everybody's on their own journey here.
Right.
So those are great. I love it. And you can totally do that. Awesome. Who's next?
Okay, I'll go. So I will admit, no invites have gone out. I've talked to a couple of people, but with them, it's all about the money, and they're like, it's too expensive. And I'm like, guys, it really isn't. When you sit back and look at it, it's not. It's for you. But they can't do it. They've got other things going on. And so for me, this month, I have to build my confidence back up, because I've kind of slowly lost it, and I'm here, but I have just like, I've gotten to the point where it's like, I'm too nervous to say anything, and I'm too much in this little bubble of mine that I've got to get out of. I've got to get out of my head. I've got to just figure it out. And yes, I'm excited about Summit. I am beyond nervous. I know Jennifer was talking about her anxiety level going up, and I'm thinking to myself, I can't think that way, because anxiety is like my worst thing. I'm off my medication, so I'll be good. I just got to take it one step at a time. But yes, that's why I'm going to Summit, is to get me in it a little bit more than I already am. I post as much as I can daily about everything. Everybody's like, oh, you're doing a fantastic job. And I reach out to them and I'm like, hey, you want to join me? And they're like, no, I'm good, but you're doing great. I'm like, how can you not want to do this too? And so it's just, I've got to get back into it just a little bit more.
Totally. Summit will be huge. Everybody gets nervous when they've never been to Summit because you don't know what to expect. It seems like almost vague, where you're like, I don't even know what I'm walking into, but I promise you're with me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you where to go, when you have to be there. Like, it's not as overwhelming as you think, and it's going to be so huge for confidence because, one, you realize the vision is so much bigger than you, and it's so much bigger than just weight loss, and it's kind of, you realize, wow, I'm letting fear hold me back from really helping save somebody's life. Like Mariah talks about how she was literally going to be killing herself until her coach messaged her right then being like, hey, you want to join me? Like, saved her life. So you realize really huge parts of Beachbody that you didn't get to see before, but also you realize there's no one size for an awesome, successful coach, because there are thousands of coaches there and they all look completely different and they all talk completely different. And you're like, oh, I don't have to be a certain size and a certain look to be a successful coach. There's tons of coaches here. Like, they all look completely different. So it's really huge in growing your confidence. You're going to love it. I'm telling you, your mind is going to be blown. Just wait. It's going to be fun. You don't need to be nervous because I got your back. And Emily's been before too, so she's got your back too. All right. Alicia.
All right. Okay. I've just I've struggled with life and my mindset and really getting organized. My brain goes in about a million different places every day. So I am focusing on, I'm getting up in the morning, I'm doing my invites before I exercise. My brain gets onto 100 other things, and so I'm trying to do 25 to 30 invites every day, and doing the connections more later in the day, but really getting my invites done right away in the morning. I just know that's me. It's the hardest part for me. So I just have to get it over with quickly and before the rest of my day. I'm like, I don't care if the kids are up when I exercise anymore, just, get them out. So Diamond is still my goal. I'm pushing really hard, and part of me is like, I send invites out and stuff, and then people are like, oh yeah, I want to, and then I send stuff out and then they don't, and so I wait and I don't keep going and focus on new people and everything, and I just get stuck in that, like, I'm counting on you, you should do this.
Right.
And I can't count on them. I need to make sure that I just keep going and adding new people all of the time. So yeah, that's
I like it.
probably my biggest goals for right now.
I love that you're getting up and doing invites while you sip your Energize. I've had mornings doing that, and it can be very peaceful and very fast. You're actually more productive. Your mind is like more productive early in the morning like that too. So, okay, I just heard of this app, you guys, that I'm starting to use now when I work. I'm going to tell you what it was called. I just heard about this off a podcast the other day. It's called Insight Timer. And it's basically, they have different kinds of sounds and like music you can listen to depending on what state you want to put your brain in. So like today when I was working, there was a productive one that's supposed to make you really productive when you listen to it. So I just had it going while like in my headset while I was working. I don't know if it's going to work. I know there's a lot of like science and research around that it affects you when you're working, which I totally believe. But I haven't been using it long enough to tell you guys like, oh yeah, this is awesome. But I'm just telling you, I'm using it to help me get really focused and really like in a good place, because we all know you have to be in a good place when you're inviting, because the biggest thing that holds people back is how you're feeling when you invite them and your biggest fears. What people are responding to and their objections to you is usually your projection of what you think they're going to say. So you really have to get into a place of being not attached, right, to what they're going to say, and in a good place of being like, somebody out there saying yes to me today. Somebody out there saying yes to me today. Like that's even one of my affirmations that I have every morning is 2 ladies are saying yes to me today. Like I have people that are joining me, not just want to, that are joining me. Also, a lot of you guys have been struggling with mindset around invites. Kayla Craft just did that podcast where she did a whole bunch of affirmations. I've been listening to that every morning and like saying them. So like start saying those. And I've told other coaches, like, if you need to listen to music, get yourself like really hyped up. You've got to be happy. You have to be excited when you're inviting people to join you. You don't have to be like bouncing off the walls, but you can't be doing it from a place of fear or like, I don't feel like doing this, right? Because that's how people are going to feel it. I'm telling you, if you can start your day with invites and just get them done, it's so much more fun. And then you feel better the rest of your day because you're like, I already got it done. So you feel good about yourself. At least I do. When I'm not doing them and I'm slacking off on them, I don't feel good about myself because I know I'm slacking off, right? Like I feel a lot better when my head hits the pillow and I know like, nope, I did what I said I was going to do today. So those are some tips for you guys. Also, I thought of something else I was going to share and I don't remember. Emily, since you had such high success club last month, how many invites are you doing a day? I'm curious.
Probably doing, I mean, they're not very high, probably 5. But I did go through and invite a ton of people that I had been like talking to or like I've invited before. Like I did a ton of follow-up invites. And I was telling you, Joy, before, and I was just typing this out, but the only difference I feel like from this month and last month has been my mindset. It's totally, I mean, literally, like I've been doing the same exact amount of invites and for whatever, and I've just had like, I don't know, like my mind I've been so much more confident and I've had more energy in my mindset and my like invites and things. Like it's the same exact word. It's so crazy, but I've had so many more people say yes or are interested next month. And I mean, I'm probably going to hit Success Club tomorrow for July already. So it's just, I don't know. I'm feeling, and I'm so excited that Summit is next week because my pattern has always been to like go and then like step on the gas, and I don't want to do that again. So yeah.
So I've slowed down in my invites. I was doing 25 or more at the beginning of the year, like the first couple of months of the year. And the last couple of months, I've just been shooting for 10. I try to tell myself 10 and then 3 business a day. But I don't always hit all of those. Like today I've done 9 so far. And I've really focused on like genuine connections and like upping that, being really intentional in my connections with people. But energy is everything. And it was so funny hearing Jenna comment on when I used an example of like an invite. She's like, oh my gosh, I can feel your energy in this invite just reading it. It makes me want to sign up all over again. And I was like, what? Like, but that's good. That's a good thing. And you want to be getting to that point where people can feel your energy in your invite. Like, can they feel it? And if you're not sure, ask us. Like, send it to a group thread and be like, hey, what do you guys think of this invite? Can you feel my energy in this? Does it feel good? Because I am telling you, that was the biggest shift for my business this year is energy. I just decided, this is who I am. I'm awesome. People want to join me. And then guess what? People want to join me. Like, and it's like Emily said, I'm not using any different words. It's just because I changed. You want your business to change, you have to change. It's not anything else that's the problem. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I almost sat down today, you guys, to add up last month how many coaches canceled because I basically lost coaches as fast as I added them to my second CBC. I had probably 4 cancel last month. And I'm still like only half an emerald away from diamond in that second business center, which means I recruited the same amount as like I lost. How many people I sent links to that promised me they were signing up on certain days and then did not. Several people returned stuff. Like, I didn't even sit down and add all of this up. But if I could have added all of that up, because I was like, I don't want to focus on that, because what you focus on, you find, right? Like, I don't need to focus my energy on that. If I would have stopped at that, there's no way I would have even hit like Success Club, right? Like, so I was going to tell you guys, I should have ended at 14 because I got 1 more on Sunday, but it's only because I kept effing going. Like, I kept having person after person be like, they bought, and then 5 days later, sorry, I made a mistake, I'm returning everything. What? Like 2 people within 24 hours. I had 4 coaches cancel. Like, people after person was like, yeah, I want in. Never mind, I need to wait. Yeah, I want in. Send them a link. Never mind, I need to wait. Or send them a link, and then they ghost me, and they don't actually sign up. Or then this girl freaking signed up as a coach, took everything out of her cart, and just did the business starter kit. What? So like, and then I had several people do not HD. So you get no Success Club points. Like, it was thing after thing after thing where I was like, this month feels like I'm doing something wrong because literally everything that can go wrong is going wrong. But you'll have months like that. That's called life. That's called business. And I was like, well, I'm just going to keep doing 1 foot in front of the other, 1 foot in front of the other. Did I hit my Success Club goal? No. But I got above 10. So I got to keep that status, which is great. And I kept my second business center somewhat stable with losing coaches. So like, I just wanted to tell you guys, it's not unique to you. The hard stuff is not unique. It happens to all of us. I still have it too. And I struggled with my mindset because I felt like a lot of times being like, what the F am I doing wrong? But it just happens. And I have to choose when people leave to say, okay, open hands. I guess I have room for people to come now. Like, I had to choose to remind myself that this last month, but it did not feel like it. So I had to remind myself to try to keep open hands. So just telling you all, like, it happens to everybody. We're all in this together. It's hard for all of us, but doing the hard is what gets you to the next level, and pushing through that hard is what gets you to the next level. What separates you from other coaches who are failing is that those coaches just gave up when it got hard. Literally. So if you just keep going and doing what you know you should, even though you don't feel like it, you will have success in this business. It's just a matter of time. Let's talk about the book. How's that for a transition? Let's talk about the book. Who's loving it, by the way? I know, right? And I'm listening to her podcast now too. I love her. Is everybody past the first 2 chapters? I'm sure, because we're all like bookworms. Cassie's like, no. I am, because I got it a while ago, but.
What do you consider the first 2 chapters?
Well, they are labeled.
So you have section 1 where she talks about her story and then talks about the meetings and everything. And then it goes into section 2, which is like the meetings and what you do with your tribe. I got through chapter 1 of the second section.
So what I meant was literally through page 41 of the whole book, which is, I believe, the first section.
Okay. Yeah, that's section 1.
Yeah. And yes, Shay, I did see that. I was talking to Peter about that mastermind because I want him and I to get in it. It's for 6 and 7 figure entrepreneurs. When they said 6 figure, I was like, hey, we can do it. Peter's like, it's how much to join? So we'll see. We might have to wait a couple of years. They're all on a mastermind run by Rob Murgatroyd or something like that. You can listen to his podcast too. Okay. So anyways, it doesn't really matter where we are. I don't know where everybody is, but I just thought we would start by chatting about her story and a little bit about bliss. And she talked about how everybody's definition of bliss is different. And so, I don't know, I just thought we would talk about like, what were your main takeaways? What struck you the most? What's touching your heart in some way? What would you like to get out of this? Have you historically had great relationships with women? Have you been hurt with them? I know a lot of her stories resonating with me just in the really real, I was going to say realistic, but not realistic, legalistic religious culture she grew up in. That's very much my background. And that struggle she found herself in between not really wanting to live that way, but not wanting to like show that side of herself to her family, for sure has resonated with me. I was not the kid that wanted to go off like the deep end and like go drink and party and everything like that. No. And I would say I didn't even at the time know why I was unhappy, but I struggled with really being unhappy. The dieting culture where she was like, other people would go on trips, we went on diets. I was like, that's my whole high school. Literally, I was doing the Atkins diet. I was doing Weight Watchers with my mom. I was in high school going to Weight Watchers meetings. It sucked. So that totally like resonated with me too. Being told like, you're just going to struggle with your weight, like all of that I heard my whole life, like for sure. So, and definitely being hurt by women. I think we all have. Like, I think we've all experienced like, hey, I was real and vulnerable and then I got talked about, or I was real and then people didn't want to be friends with me anymore and they didn't come talk to me about it. They just shut me out. Like, I think we've all been through that before. So I'm excited to create a different culture on our team. That's something I've been really passionate about the last few years, ever since going through our story. Because I went through our story and realized people I thought were my friends weren't really, and that I had a new definition of what I thought a friend was. And I definitely had a new, I don't want to say boundary, but like expectation of like not just trusting anybody and everybody. Because I was taught growing up that you should just trust anybody and everybody, and that was giving people an example of Jesus. So, that's not necessarily true. And I learned that I'm allowed to not have to be completely open with every single person I meet, and that I can choose who I want to speak into my life rather than having to hear anyone, because I was also told anybody should be allowed to speak into your life regardless of their relationship with you. And so I've been excited. A big part of why I even got into Beachbody and like starting this whole group was to create a really amazing safe space of women for each other, where we don't gossip and we don't talk about each other. And if we have an issue, we can talk about it openly and we can talk to each other. And if anybody comes to me about you, I'm going to shut them down and tell them to go talk to you. And I want to know that you're going to do the same. In fact, I've talked to my leaders before and basically been like, I have a 0 tolerance policy for this, and I will shut this down if this happens. We don't have a team that does that anyways, so that's kind of cool. I haven't even had to shut anything down. But I very much want to respect and love every single person here. I want us all to be able to disagree. I want us all to be able to have different beliefs. Like, we all get the same amount of love, but I'm going to treat you with the same love and respect that I would hope you would have for me. And I've been excited to create this culture with you guys because I love each person on this call and I trust all of you. So that's my spiel.
This really speaks to me. Everything that I've gone through in the last 22 years, 7 years for sure. I have this huge passion now for women, and a lot of you, some of you know, some of you don't know. Like, I have been through infidelity. I have been through my husband, who is soon to be my ex-husband. He's in prison now for hurting my daughter. And it's been an excruciating, painful journey. But I want women to know that there's better and there's real and there's good out there, that we can love one another. I literally lost all of my friends. So this group for me, like joining Joy and our Beachbody group, is you are my tribe. And I want other women to know that they can have that we aren't walking this journey alone. And even though all of our journeys look different, and there will be some similarities in them, but there's more, and you're not just a wife or a mom or a friend. What's been really interesting, because the last, I would say, 6 months, I finally started standing up for myself. And I actually had this week was really emotional for me, because I had a friend call me that had an old friend that hadn't talked to me in over a year, because she didn't like what I was doing or saying or standing for. And she apologized for not being a good friend. And I was truthfully floored. And she asked my forgiveness. And then I went to a graduation party, and it was a friend of Timothy's, my son's, and there was a lot of people there from my old church that I was like, I don't know that I want to see. And there's a friend that I had basically had for 18 years, and I had to cut her off before, because she was her husband more so than her, but it was becoming very toxic to our children. And she, we basically said, you know what? I said, you were right about some stuff. And she's like, well, you were right about some stuff. And, we can kind of come together and say, okay, we can talk more later, but we can be real with people, and it's okay. And those people that need to be in your life will either come back. And I've had a lot of people come back into my life because I've eliminated the toxicity out of my life. And that's the community that I want. And I'm really excited. Like, that's the journey that I want to share with everyone. I'm waiting for my divorce to be final to totally share my whole story on social media. It's kind of killing me to wait, honestly, because I really seriously could shout it from the rooftops, because I have no shame, no guilt anymore, and all of that. And I just want to help other women and, be who I am finally, that I haven't been for a long time. And this book is amazing because it speaks to that whole like every passion that I have right now. So.
Anybody else want to share?
So I cried reading her first like chapter about herself, like her story. I literally was in tears, bawling my eyes out. I, growing up, had a group of, I think there was 6 of us, 6 females, starting in 5th grade. We were that group of girls that you would see in a movie that were always together, always doing things, completely opposite of one another, completely opposite. Somehow we meshed really well. As we got older, we grew apart. Freshman year is kind of when it started, and then by senior year, it was over. I no longer talk to any of them, and it hurts my heart because those were my girls. Those were the girls that I could turn to, and when I left everybody. They didn't leave. I left, and I went into a world of men. When I say I went into a world of men, I worked with maybe one other woman during the day. Out of probably about 200 men, it was maybe 2 women on a daily basis. And it was hard. And for me, finding a friendship with a woman is hard, extremely hard, because everybody is so judgmental of each other, and they're like, oh, this one, she's not good, she does this, she does that, she looks like this, so she tries to act like this. And I have one friend that I talk to on a daily basis, and it's always just talking about our kids, and we help each other. Like, our husbands are best friends, and that's how we became best friends. But we talk about our husbands, and that's kind of what we do. But I know, having you guys, I'm getting more of that woman girl like relationship that I miss, because I don't have any friends here. I moved back to my hometown, and I have no friends. I don't hang out with anybody. It's me, my husband, and my kid daily. I have my mom around, and that's about it. And my grandmother lives maybe a mile up the street, and that's it. I don't have any friends whatsoever. I've tried to make a couple, but everybody already has their own friends and their own people that they hang out with. So accepting somebody new, people don't do it. And so I now have you guys that I've actually been able to open up to you guys a little bit more, and it's gotten a little bit easier for me. And I know that I can turn to you guys through a lot of the hard times that I know we have coming our way. And I'm nervous and I'm scared, because my kid, like, I'm fixing to go on this journey with my kid that I don't have anybody to talk to because nobody understands it. And so I have to figure it out. And so I at least know that I can come to y'all, and y'all aren't going to judge me. Y'all are actually going to be more supportive than anybody else. So I'm going to stop before I completely lose it.
I love your heart. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad we get to be that for you.
And I'm that goofy person. Like, I am beyond goofy. Like, I make jokes about random things. I act weird. I am that goofball that everybody's like, oh my gosh, who is that? And what is she doing? Like, that's me. I've always been that way. And I hid it a lot. And then when I met my husband, he was the first person that I was ever able to be around that I could just be like, this is me. This is what you get. And he fell in love with that.
That's wonderful. Well, we're counting on seeing that side of you when we take you and Alicia out for your birthdays on our team night at Summit.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to see Cassie getting all goofy. It's going to be awesome. Anybody else?
I'll say something. I kind of feel the same, like exactly the end of what Cassie was saying. In high school and stuff, there was like a group of us girls. There were like 5 or 6 of us, and we were inseparable. And just when we graduated, half of them moved away. There's one other girl that is still, in our hometown. But she comes to my kids' parties every year, but that's about it. We don't hang out. I mean, the same as Cassie. My mom and my sister are about all I have. There's my girls at work, but one thing about them is they are all negative. Like the only thing we talk about is when they're complaining, and it's to the point where I'm like miserable. I come home from work and I'm in the worst mood because all everybody does all day long at work is complain about one another. Everything. So it's just not a good environment. So you guys are really the only positive energy that I have. Other than my home, but you know what I mean. As when it comes to friends, you all are the only positive friends that I really have, other than my mom and sister. So I can relate to wanting that tribe.
Well, you've got it now. You're stuck with us.
That's okay.
Anybody else have anything that they loved about the book so far?
I love, and I know, Joy, we were talking about this when we first got the books at the Diamond Retreat, and how we were kind of reading through it because we come from very similar backgrounds, especially with like the dieting and how, oh, well, you're always just going to be big because that's what you are. And so this book has really it's like, is my sister writing this book? Like there are some differences, but you're reading it going, holy cow. And then how then, she goes into the importance of having this and what we have. And I never in my life understood the importance of this because I never had a positive female role model in my life. And then, I had friends here and there, but I've always gravitated towards guy friends. So I always had a lot of guy friends because there were no drama and girls were always drama. And so it's reassuring as an adult now to make friends with all of you guys and have it be genuine and non-drama and awesome. And I love seeing your faces, following all of you on social media and seeing what you're doing, and then our team calls and stuff. And so it's really been inspiring too, to just have that, that reassurance of how important this is, because as I grow up, I realize how important it is, but even the females in my family, they think I'm crazy and they don't see the importance of it. So it's nice to just have that, these girls that I get to see every week minimum know it's important, so I can pour myself into you guys and know that you're going to love and accept me because you know how important it is for me and you. So it's just been really inspiring to know that I'm not crazy for wanting friends that are girls, but positive and awesome, that don't want to sit around and drink wine and talk crap about each other, because although I would love to sit down and drink a glass of wine with all of you guys, but not talk crap about everybody.
Totally.
I think for me, it's a little bit different than everybody's story, but I think that's the beauty of it, is that we're all different and we all come from different backgrounds. And so I still have a very close group of girlfriends who I feel are my tribe. But through this and this experience, you don't know what you don't know, right? And I didn't realize that I needed this. I didn't think I did. I thought that I was just fine. I have my girlfriends. We're good. But through this experience, I've met all of you, these brave, kick-ass, super strong women who truly like inspire me every day. And all of your unique stories are so beautiful and uniquely yours. And some have overcome so much beyond what I could even imagine. And so thank you for sharing your stories and inspiring people, because they need it, whether they realize they need it or not. They do. So thank you. And I'm so happy to be a part of this tribe, because you guys are amazing and you've inspired me. So thank you.
Aw, you're so sweet for saying that. I'm so glad you're here because you're kick-ass too. Seriously, it's only like your third month and you're like, yeah, I'm going diamond this month. We're all like, woo, you go, girl. Yeah. Awesome. Well, we can wrap it up. How about, I don't want to be confusing, so maybe I'll put page numbers to where we should be. Because I was not paying attention to section 1, section 2, all of that. We talked about last week kind of how we won't be doing like exactly like she lays out for the meetings with the roles and everything, because there's more than 3 of us or 4 of us per the group. So we're going to chat next week before we go to Summit. So I don't know. What do you think we should be through? Talking, I would say chapter 5, but I don't want to be confusing. Page 60, 61? I don't know. Yeah, is everybody already past that? Because if you're all already past that, we can go further.
Yeah, the end of chapter 5 is page 76.
Yes, we could go through the end of chapter 5. If that works for everybody. So the next chapter is called Your First Meeting. So we'll not read through that. Yeah. Okay. And then next week will be our last call before Summit. Should be very fun. And then the week after that, we'll have just gotten back from Summit. So I'm sure we're going to want to share takeaways. Everybody's going to be all fired up. It'll be a lot of fun. Get ready for big team momentum after Summit, because we're going to be unstoppable. Alrighty. Hi, Stephanie. I see that you're on. Stephanie is one of my newest coaches. She's trying to get on.
I apologize if you can hear my son screaming in the background.
Totally okay. We all usually have kids on this call, so we're used to it. It's all good. We were just wrapping up chatting about the book, and then if you want to hang on the line, I can chat with you and answer any questions you have.
Sounds good.
All right, girls, I did a quick little like video thing, but if you want a boomerang, we can do it too before you guys hop off. You want a boomerang? Emily says sure. All right. Everybody's got their phones. Do a little wave. Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right. Is posting it on the team page good, or do you want me to text it to you, or what?
Please text. I can never get it to download.
Okay, I'll text it to you, girls. And I will hang on the line to chat with Stephanie about any questions she has. And if anybody else has questions and they want to stay on, you're welcome to. I'm not kicking you off, but I understand if you need to go. So we are just going to chat biz.
I have to go. Y'all have a great night. I have to get little man in bed and shower. So.
Yes, go ahead. Good seeing you, Cassie.
Bye.
Bye. Stephanie, how are you doing? Oh, I hope you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. Sorry, I don't know how to get it off unmute.
Oh, that's fine. Are you on your phone?
I am on my phone, yeah. Because I'm also driving.
Oh, you're driving. Because I was like, if you flip over, you can do the video, but that's fine if you're driving.
Yeah.
Are you trying to put him to sleep?
No, we just had run a couple errands, and I figured I'd try and delay a little bit so I wasn't like, changing his diaper and doing the call. So
Totally. Awesome. Okay, how are you feeling with everything? How's it all going?
It's going good. I will say it is really hard not to get overwhelmed by it all and not get defeated right off the bat. So I'm fighting those thoughts right now.
Yes.
And I feel, kind of my own insecurities about just how heavy I am currently and why would anyone want to be on my team. And that's my biggest battle in my head right now. So I'm even nervous to even ask people because they would look at me and be like, what? You're not doing anything. Does that make sense?
Yes, totally. Those are all fears and insecurities that a lot of people wrestle with when they start this business. So first of all, the key to not feeling overwhelmed is to just take whatever action you can today. Like not doing anything and just sitting back and feeling like you have more and more and more being added to your plate will keep you in a state of overwhelm. Whereas if you're like, okay, today I'm going to do a workout. I'm going to drink a shake. I'm going to plan out my meals for the week. And those are my 3 things I'm going to do. And you get those 3 things done, you're going to feel a lot better and a lot less overwhelmed. So you got to take action on something. You don't have to take action on everything. And I would not take action on everything, but you should take some sort of action. And I would definitely start with your own journey. So getting a workout done, opening up Beachbody On Demand, figuring out the program, looking at the nutrition guide to start formulating an idea of like, hey, can I maybe start to plan some meals for this? And I tell everybody, you don't have to sit down and plan out all your meals for the week today. No, try to do a workout and replace one meal with a shake. You can do those 2 things. And then tomorrow, maybe you have time to look at a couple of the recipes and say, do I have the stuff to make one of these for dinner this week? Just start with one thing at a time and start with you first. So show up in the Fit Girl Squad, right? Because that's our gym. That's for you to work on you. And say, I got my workout in and I drank my shake. That would be a huge win for you. Right. And the other thing I'm going to tell you is you're not inviting people to join you because you're their coach. You're telling other people, I want to get healthy. I want to be in shape. I want accountability. Will you do this with me?
Yeah, that's good.
So why would they look at you and say, you're not doing anything? They wouldn't. They would go, oh, she's wanting help. She wants accountability. We don't worry when we invite someone to go to the gym and take a class with us that they'll look at us and be like, seriously, dude, you go to the gym?
Right.
Nobody would say that to you. They'd be like, awesome, yeah, let's go. And you wouldn't worry about I have to know everything about it and I have to tell them what to do for this gym class. No, you're not the instructor. So at the beginning, when I signed up and I hadn't even done any of the workouts, I invited Emily, who's on this call right now, not because I said I was her coach, because I was like, hey, I found this coach. I want to do this to get in shape. You also just had your baby, and I know you want to get in shape. Do you want to do it with me?
Yeah, that's good perspective for sure.
Yeah, so the wording and stuff that I sent you says it that way. Because I tell all new coaches, I'm like, you're not inviting people so you can be their coach. You're inviting them to do this with you as a friend.
I like that.
Yeah. So it's not hard to invite people to go to the gym. It's not hard to invite people to go out to dinner. It's not hard to invite people to go get a pedicure. Why is it hard to invite people to do an online health and wellness challenge? Because you want to get in shape and you're like, hey, we've talked about it. You said you want to get in shape. Do this with me. It'd be fun. Literally, that's why I reached out to Emily, is because we had kind of known each other. We weren't super close. We were acquaintances. And I saw her posting about wanting to get back in shape after her second baby. So I was like, awesome. I have my second baby. We both want to get back in shape. Let's do this. So it wasn't weird, right, to invite her. So I'm sure you know people that have talked to you about, hey, I don't love the way I'm feeling. I totally need to work on me, blah, 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 blah. Like, who
Yeah.
are those people that come to mind? That's when you call them up and say, all right, I'm trying this thing because I'm serious. I'm going somewhere. Not like I'm going somewhere, but as in, I'm serious about changing my health, and I'm not going to be in this same spot in 30 days. I'm doing this. I would love for you to do it with me.
Yeah, thank you. That definitely changed my thought process about it, and so that makes so much more sense now.
Yeah.
So
It's we start to overthink things.
right.
And then we get into our own heads. So my advice is do your own workout and drink your own shake. And
Yeah, I was totally defeated today, and I didn't have anything to make a shake, so I just mixed it with water and said, I'm doing this today. So I did it.
Hey, awesome. See, you
Yeah.
already did something.
I know.
I definitely recommend blending it with some other stuff because it tastes very good. Just mix it with water.
Yeah. But I was convinced. I'm like, I'm not going to make another excuse today. Like, I'm doing this today. So
Well, then shoot, girl, you had a
yeah.
That was great. That
Yeah.
was a great choice. Good job.
Thanks.
The more you can do that every day and you tell yourself, no more excuses, I am doing this, the more confidence you will grow because you start to listen to yourself, right? Because for so long, you've kind of lied to yourself and been like, I'm going to do this, and then you don't. I'm going to do this, and then you don't. So you have no confidence right now because you don't have integrity with yourself. So the more you can show up every day and say, sorry, I am doing this. I sometimes tell myself when I'm having a whole bunch of thoughts that aren't serving me, you know what, brain, you work for me, not the other way around. I get to decide my thoughts, and I'm not listening to these right now. I'm changing my thoughts. So the more we can do that and then show up for ourselves despite our feelings, the more you will grow your confidence.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah. If you want to, this is so funny. I'm going to sound like a broken record. You should listen to the Life Coach School podcast because she will change your life. I don't know if you ever listen to podcasts. That's something that I started when I started with Beachbody. So I highly recommend it. And I can text you the name of her. I can even send you her first episode. But she'll help you a lot with overcoming your self-defeating thoughts or overwhelm.
Yeah, definitely. I'd be interested in listening to that for sure.
Any other questions or things you want to chat about besides that?
I think for right now, that's just kind of what I've been struggling with is just kind of getting past my own head. So that really helped to kind of change my perspective a little bit. So that was good.
Emily or Lindsay, do you guys have questions? Or anything you guys want to talk about?
I'm going to hop off now. I was hoping that one of my new coaches was going to hop on, but I don't think she is. So I'm going to go help with bedtime. But I want to welcome you, Stephanie. I think it can be so hard to start and not feel like you have a transformation, but as you stick to it more and I would just say, like, don't just think about like this month, like think about in the future too, how many people are going to be watching your journey and, you know, they're going to be able to relate to that and then want to jump in the future. It takes a little bit of time to build it up and get credibility with people, but it will happen for sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Lindsay, you have anything you want to chat about?
I don't think so. I just want to welcome Stephanie. Glad to have you on the team. And you'll do great. I've been in it now 9 weeks, so like 2.5 months. And I still have those moments of self-doubt. But you just have to, I always remember Joy saying it's like pushing a boulder. So I have to just remind myself, I'm pushing a boulder up a hill right now. I'm overcoming a lot. But you just stick with it. Compound effect. So you will get there. And it's your journey. Yeah. So you're really sharing your journey and you're inspiring people along the way. I think there's a lot of people, I actually just had a post today about how don't compare somebody's highlight reel to your daily reel, right? I mean, Instagram can be so perfect but people are seeking the real and the raw. And I think that's what a lot of coaches have to share is their own personal journey. So just be you and you will be successful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lindsay. That's awesome. Thank you.
I mean, that's why people are usually drawn into this business anyways. It's not for the perfection, but for the real and the raw and the vulnerability. So
Definitely.
true.
All right, I'm going to jump off, but welcome. Glad to have you on the team.
Thank you.
Let you girls go. Have a good night. Thanks for getting on.
Bye.
Bye.